From Los Angeles to a worldwide audience, this is Boaz Power TV, where we take your life to the next level. Now, internationally known speaker and author, here's Boaz.
Hi, welcome to the Power Show. You are part of the Power Nation, and I'm delighted that you're here. This is episode number 62 of Boaz Power TV. And here we help you to improve your attitude, your relationships, your finances, and your career. This episode is called Well Done, Very Well Done. A friend of mine that I admire so very much is a world-renowned speaker and business leader. His name is Ken Blanchard and lives in Escondido, California. He has worked with many companies all over the world. He's written many books. You probably know his most famous one, The 1 Minute Manager. Well, Ken wrote another book just a few years ago that I thought was really fascinating when it comes to dealing with people, and it was called Well Done. And it was written in conjunction with one of the trainers at SeaWorld in San Diego, where they have the huge killer whale shows, where the whales fly out of the water and a trainer gets on top of the nose of one of the whales and they fly, and the whale flies into the air and the trainer leaps off its nose. Amazing if you've ever seen some of those shows. So Ken was fascinated by how they train the whales to eventually do the act in the show. And so in working with one of the trainers, he discovered that this is how they help to train the whales, and there are correlations in how we relate to other people. They would accentuate the positive, and whenever the whale did not do something right, they redirected its attention to something else that they could do right. Isn't that interesting? So whenever the whale would not do something right, they did not punish, but they rather redirected and had them do something else that they could do easily, that they could do right and get praise for. Isn't that an amazing correlation to the way we deal with people? One of the books I recommend in my seminars that I do all over the world is the Dale Carnegie book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, written in 1935, to me still the best personal development book ever written. And in the book he said, let's look for the good. Let's look for the good. Unfortunately, most people when it comes to relationships are looking for the bad. See, you goofed up. You did that wrong again. You didn't get that done. That is reinforcing the bad. And it's amazing because people respond to whatever direction we give them. So if it's a child or somebody at work and we're reinforcing you goofed up, they will not disappoint. If a parent tells a child long enough, you keep doing that, you'll end up in jail one day. You keep doing that, you'll end up in jail one day. The child will not disappoint. They will not disappoint. So I'm suggesting, as Dale Carnegie suggests in How to Win Friends and Influence People, let's look for the good, even if it's this big. He said, look for the good and embellish it. Look for the good and embellish it. So whether it's with a spouse or a child or somebody at work or a client or whatever, look for something good and embellish that. And if something bad happens, if at all possible, disregard it. Carnegie also said, embellish the positive and as much as possible disregard the negative. Embellish the positive and as much as possible disregard the negative. And don't most people do the opposite? Well, you goofed up again. We got a problem. No. And also, let's not declare things to people. You goofed up is bad as far as relationships go. How about asking a question? How can we do this differently next time? Carnegie said that gives people a chance to preserve their self-image. So from Ken Blanchard's book, Well Done, about how the whales are trained by focusing and refocusing on the good, why don't we do that with people? Why don't we spend more time today, this week, looking for the good in the people around us, starting with ourselves, and embellish that. And whatever is not good, as much as possible, disregard and ask questions. How can we do this differently next time? What a concept. And I want you to take power in your life. I want you to get control over your emotions, especially over your finances, because that can ruin a lifetime. I had to change the way I viewed my finances. So here are some ideas for you to take your power back with your finances. Take your power back by lowering your expenses. Pay in cash. Pay off your debts. Even start with the smallest one first and save some money. having lots of cash in the bank will help you feel better about yourself. So here's the affirmation for this episode of Boaz Power TV. I always look for opportunities to praise others. I always look for opportunities to praise others. Please put that on your bedstand, read it out loud, the first thing every morning, the last thing every night, and watch the good things that are about to happen in your life. If you like these messages, and many people around the world do, please forward this to 5 of your friends. Get them to go to my website, boazpower.com, and have them subscribe to the free weekly broadcast of Boaz Power TV. Thank you for joining me. I know you now look for the good in people, don't you? And you look to praise people as much as possible. You are special, you are unique, I believe in you. You are destined for greatness, and you are a champion. Have a powerful day.
This has been Boaz Power TV. To comment, see other episodes, or to subscribe to this free broadcast, go to our blog at boazpower.com. That's boazpower.com. We're here to take your life to the next level.